Hey house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother Canada 7 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Kathy McHale. Kathy, thank you so much for the support. We really appreciate it and could not do this without you. So thank you again. And if you guys want to be house guests today, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. So before we get started, I just want to say happy Easter to everyone. I hope you're enjoying the day with friends and family, or by yourself, if that's what you prefer. And I also want to say happy birthday to my grandma. She's definitely not watching this, but happy birthday, Granny. 89 years young today. All right, so where are we at right now? We got Damien and Esty up on the block. The pretty boys are lying that Mark is the backdoor target this week, but Damien is their real target. I mean, honestly, Damien's not that big of a threat, but they're just running out of people that aren't in the pretty boys, right? There's only 3 people left that are not pretty boys. So everybody's waiting around for the power veto competition. Adam got kind of bored. I think he's really missing Sam. So he made a new friend out of some foil, like this big. Her name is Angelica. She carries a handbag, a cigarette, and a cell phone. Damn. So she was pretty sassy. That was fun. But then they had the power veto competition. Everyone played except for Adam and Anthony, and Damien won the power of veto. It's about damn time, okay? I did not think it would take this long for Damien to win a competition, but good for him. So I'm not sure what the competition was exactly. It sounds like it may have been done in like rounds, or there were at least like multiple components to this thing, and apparently Mark did awful. Like, awful. Ugh. So the pretty boys were like, ugh. But at the same time, they were thinking, you know what? It's gonna be real easy to beat him in the end, in those last few competitions. Except for the mental ones. They're definitely nervous for that. But anyway, obviously Damien is gonna use the power veto on himself, so now Adam's gonna have to come up with a replacement nominee. So the pretty boys met up in the HOH room. Mark is trying so hard to stay off the block this week. I mean, it was the plan all along that he's supposed to be like the backdoor target, and you know, if it comes to it, he's gonna have to go up on the block, but they're gonna keep him safe. But now that he's actually faced with that reality, he's just like, check please. So he's like, you know what? I want to make sure that Esty is still going to be good with Dane after she goes to jury. You know, we want to make sure that Dane still gets that jury vote. So they're going through scenarios, and Adam is like, all right, well, I can't put up Kira. That's not happening. It would be way too obvious that the guys are working together if I do that. At this point, though, I feel like the pretty boys could walk around wearing t-shirts. They're all wearing their same t-shirt with their 4 heads on it or whatever they're planning on doing. And nobody would think twice about it. They'd just be like, wow, nice t-shirt. I mean, they've already made it very obvious that they're working together, and people either A, are just like that oblivious that they're not picking up on it, or they realize it and they just don't care or feel like they can do anything about it. It's like they're ignoring it, but they know that it's happening, which is really mind-boggling. But anyway, yeah, so Mark has a plan. He's like, what if Dane went up on the block instead of me? Dane will be safe, you know, we're not going to get rid of him, and Esty will still give him her jury vote because he's not going to be involved with this vote at all. It'll look like Adam and Dane are at odds, so it'll make sense if they, you know, people will think that they're not working together and that they're going to go after each other. Mark and his freaking Westworld storylines. He is like one of the writers that, you know, comes up with the stories for the robots on Westworld. But anyway, Dane is like, you know what? That would work. So he volunteers to go up on the block. Are you serious? I would not be doing that. Do you guys think that there's any chance that Mark and Anthony would flip the script? Because that would be a huge move to get rid of Dane like that. And they don't really have much going on their resumes, so, I mean, that would be really good for their games. But anyway, Adam is like, all right, well, if I'm going to put Dane up on the block, we need to make sure that he's going to be safe. You know, it's going to probably come down to a tie. That's what they want. So they want to make sure that Kira will vote to keep Dane. So Dane suggests bringing, actually that one wouldn't be a tie. It would be a tie if Mark went up because Dane would be voting for Kira to stay. Sorry, not Kira, ST. Okay, so Dane suggests bringing Kira in and solidifying a final 5 deal so they can make sure that Kira feels really comfortable. So you know what? This is so freaking weird. Kira must have a bionic ear or something because like right after he said that, Kira pokes their head in to the HOH room. The guys were like back in the bathroom area. So the pretty boys call Kira over and Anthony kicks things off by saying, so, first things first, you look incredible. What the F? If somebody started with that immediately, I would be like, you're BSing me right now. Come on. So then Anthony asks Kira, what do you think about top 5? I think it's shady as fuck. That's what I think. But Kira says immediately, deal. F yeah. Kira says this needs to stay very quiet. What about this is not sus? First of all, they're trying to make a final 5 deal with you when there's only 7 people left. You've been brought into this conversation late with no explanation. Mark is involved in this agreement when he is supposed to be Adam's sworn enemy, and all week they've been talking about how they want to get rid of Mark. Are you kidding me right now? Like, it just doesn't make any sense, but Kira is so willing to accept it. Again, I don't know if Kira is just, like, that desperate to be on a team, or if Kira knows what's going on and is going to try and screw them over later. Because it really feels like Kira just wants to be on the team, which makes me sad. But Kira is still under the impression that Mark is going to be the one going up on the block. So they say, you know what, we can do a tiebreaker vote this week, so that Dane doesn't lose ST's jury vote. It's gonna be great. It'll all work out. You know, I'll vote the way you guys want me to. So Dane's like, or I can go up. If I go up on the block, will you vote to keep me? And Kira says, yes, I'm on board 100%, whatever you guys want me to do. So the 5 of them put their hands in. They're all like, woo, final 5, blah. And they agree they're gonna target Damien next. Boo. But again, that's the only other person they would be able to target. And then, what do you know? Damien walks in the room. It was so weird how this kept happening. So then the room clears out a little bit. Adam, Damien, and Kira are all still in there chatting. Adam congratulates Damien on his win. He's like, oh yeah, well deserved, good job. And now Adam's playing it off like the plan is still to get rid of Mark, but it's very much up in the air at this point if it's going to be Mark or Dane going up on the block. But Adam says, we'll talk about it tomorrow. We still have, you know, a full day before this power veto ceremony, so we can just chill a little bit. And then after that conversation was over, Dane like sneaks out of the HOH bathroom where he was hiding. I don't know what he heard. It doesn't really matter because there wasn't really anything like damaging that was said, but it was kind of funny to watch him sneak out. So then Dane and Mark were chatting in the have not room, and Dane really wants to make sure that he is secure with Kira and that Kira's gonna have his back going into this vote if he goes up on the block. So he's like, Mark, I'm thinking about making a fake final 3 deal with Adam and Kira, because that way Kira won't be freaked out about making this final 5 deal with 4 dudes. Kira won't realize that we're all working together. So sad. And it's good. I'm gonna do it. So Mark's like, yeah, sounds great. He agrees. Mark is just giddy at this point that they basically just revealed the pretty boys to Kira. Honestly, I would be giddy too, because it's ridiculous the things that they have gotten away with this season. So then Dane and Kira were chatting in the bathroom area, and Kira's like, you know what? It just does not make sense for Adam to put you, Dane, up instead of Mark. It just doesn't work. Like, how are you going to explain that? We're going to have to do a lot more lying to kind of like make this thing work. It's going to look so weird. So then Adam comes over, and Dane and Adam are in agreement with Kira. They're like, you know what? Yeah, let's put up Mark. It just makes more sense. Dane is like, we just secured Kira's vote, so it's fine. It's going to be fine. Mark obviously is going to be going up as a pawn. SC is still the target. But yeah, they feel comfortable that they have Kira in their group now. Group outside of their group. So yeah, Adam agrees it doesn't make sense for Dane to go up. Nice try, Mark. He's just trying to stay off the block. But they want to move forward with this tiebreaker plan. So you would have Dane and I guess Damien voting for Mark to go, and then Kira and Anthony voting for Esty to go. And then Adam would break the tie to keep Mark around. Alright, so throughout the rest of the night, oh sorry, also, this is really important, Dane proposes that final 3 deal with himself, Adam, and Kira, and they're all just like, yeah, okay, let's do it. So that happened. So now Kira is like really feeling the love. But again, Kira doesn't realize these 4 are working together and have been the whole entire time. So then throughout the rest of the night, there were lots of little chats about the renom. Mark is trying desperately to stay off the block, and he keeps pushing that Dane should go up. Again, I don't know if if Mark is like trying to get rid of Dane secretly, like this is his big move, or if he really just doesn't want to go up on the block and he's going to stick with the plan to get rid of Esty. But he's really pushing for it. Kira, Dane, and Adam all think it makes more sense to stick to the plan, put up Mark. Mr. Storyline. I mean, I feel like Mark really uses the storyline thing when it's convenient for him. But wouldn't him going up on the block be more in line with the storyline? But he's like totally going off on a tangent here and just trying to save his ass. But Kira, Dean, and Adam are like, he's gonna be safe. He just needs to grow up hair. Okay. So last night also, Anthony was hard at work gaslighting Kira, which was so sad to watch. They were chatting in the have-not room, and Anthony was like, where people thought Kira was weak, I thought Kira was strong. What? Oh my god. Anthony called Kira weak to their face. Let's not forget that. Oh, so Anthony was like, I want you to really think about who talks highly about you behind your back. Not you. And you know who really has your back in this game. Anthony is trying to take credit for Kira still being there, which is so laughable. Okay, so that's where we're at right now. Power of Veto ceremony is tomorrow. As of right now, Mark should be going up as Damien's replacement, and Esty is the target, excuse me. I don't know if they're going to do anything for them for Easter today. I feel like they should do something, right? That would be nice. But yeah, I hope you guys all have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow, and until then, much love.